Your dreams are really your task to-do list. Your dreams are instructions sent by the universe. This is what you have to do. Don't say your dreams. Don't express your good news. Don't show off your talents. They don't realize that they're putting a full stop to your dreaming capacity. You feel you sleep in the night. You don't sleep at all. What you're doing is deep meditation. Your mind and your ears are always alert and always present. It is not possible for human being to be thoughtless. This consciousness, this approach can help you go along your process easily and effortlessly. What is stopping me? What is that block? What is that restriction? I don't identify this. Why is universe unfair or not looking at this, not looking at me? Everything that we are acquiring and receiving needs to get processed in its own way and then assimilated in our body system so that it makes sense for the body.
Please follow and subscribe our channel to continue that can help you open up your money blocks.
So welcome everyone to Money Meditation School. I'm going to guide you through your inner construction of consciousness where you can identify how your money abundance can reach you faster than you can dream it. Yes, that is possible. It's possible that we can attract things in our life sometimes we don't even wish for. That's so beautiful thought, isn't it? But that's the truth. In fact, most of the things that we have attracted in our life are not something that were part of our consciousness. Once they come in our life, they become part of our consciousness. A very simple example for that are the people in our life. We don't really sit and imagine this is the person I want, or this is the kind of person I'm looking for, or this is the person I'm particularly dreaming of. They just happen to come into our life. But there as well, we are experiencing attraction. We are doing the magnet. It's just we have not yet identified money as a physical entity, as something which is energy and which could also be under the same principles of your own existence, that you feel that all the action and effort that you do for everything else in your life does not apply for money. One such thing for that is digestion. This is a very, very important topic. Digestion is such a natural part of our life. It's one of the most important aspects of our life, and yet we don't fully participate in it. We don't consciously need to activate it. We don't do it. It just happens naturally and automatically, and yet it governs completely our life. You could be in any kind of intention, any kind of pursuit, any kind of aspiration, but if your digestion is not supporting you, you will just not have the energy, the mood, the enthusiasm, or the capacity to pursue your dreams. It's like having a flat tire on a Ferrari. It does not work. It's so essential and so close to making things real in our life. If our digestion doesn't work, we don't grow the body we want. We don't grow the thoughts we like. We don't have the skin we want. We don't have the energy we desire. And that is digestion. But does digestion get restricted only to food? Have you ever considered that? So when we say food for thought, what does it mean? You must have heard this expression. We know that when we feed our body 3 times a day, we need to sit, meditate, and feed our mind as well. What does this expression mean? Feed the mind. So this is very clear that your input is as good as eating food, is a feeding going on. So if there is feeding going on, doesn't there need to be a digestion connected to this feeding? It's a natural process. Everything that we are acquiring and receiving needs to get processed in its own way and then assimilated in our body system so that it makes sense for the body. Just like you have hundreds of cuisines in the world, hundreds of ways of preparing food from the same 10 to 15 basic vegetables or basic food resource, the permutation and combination. Same like that, you have hundreds of languages, you have hundreds of attitudes, you have hundreds of point of views that you receive information from. Just like how you need to build up your digestion to digest this various varieties of food and sometimes you input something that causes a bad ache, right? Everyone has experienced that. Sometimes you eat something and then you're like, I should not have eaten that. So can that happen also with our mind? Can we intake thoughts and then realize I should not have taken that? It's possible. It's really more possible, in fact, with your mind than your body. With the body, there has to be a physical input of food through your mouth and a conscious chewing where you can stop this process. But realize and deeply realize this, that your ears, you cannot stop. You feel you sleep in the night. You don't sleep at all. What you're doing is deep meditation, because if somebody walks into your room, you get up like that. Your mind and your ears are always alert and always present. They never switch off. It's your safety mechanism. It will never let go. It doesn't. So what that also does, it keeps the ears open for every type of input. It just cannot avoid it. This is where meditation becomes not just a good ritual. Meditation becomes important ritual, a ritual we just cannot do without. It's not possible. It's just not possible to have a high ambitious, high intense life without able to organize your thoughts. In a lot of sessions, we have been working on the positive aspect, the affirmative aspect, and the progressive part of our mind and attraction. In some of the sessions, like today, I want to work on what restricts us, what stops us. I can have the best expressway, but if everywhere there's speed breakers and tollways and blockages, what's the use of an expressway and I cannot go at full speed? Bring notice to when have you received information, received ideas, received advice which does not really sit well with you, was not really constructive, and was not really healthy for us. Allow yourself to think about, have you ever come across sentences like, I'm not good enough, I'm not worth it, it cannot happen to me, I don't deserve it, I don't care for money, I don't respect money, money is not evil, money is evil, money is not good, money brings bad things, money and me are separate subjects. Money is not at all any important. Money is not precious. Money is filth. It takes me a lot of effort to bring up these comments as well, because we don't sit well with it, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. It doesn't mean that if you did not invite it, it did not happen. We are constantly exposed with vulgar thoughts and negative ideas and provocative statements throughout the day, throughout our life. It's same like when we know we want to make a fit body to keep it immune to all the bacteria and the virus, you need to make a fit mind to keep all these negative blocking statements out of our life. People passing comments without having any idea of the implications are a threat to us. When we are growing up, even our elders, in the best interest, they advise us to things which actually create blocks and limits for us. When somebody tells you, you let it be, it's not your cup of cake, they don't realize you're limiting this person's height and growth forever. When somebody says, you're too weak to do this, or you're too precious to work, they don't realize they're taking away their precious work energy forever. They cannot identify later what they really need to do. How should they engage with the world? How should they show up in the world? When they say, don't say your dreams, don't express your good news, don't show off your talents, they don't realize that they're putting a full stop to your dreaming capacity. Knowingly, unknowingly, it could happen. There is no complaint, there is no blame. We are now spiritual masters. These things don't exist for us anymore. What we know is awareness. What we know is once we realize, we can go and remove the pin, the thorn from the foot, and just continue along our journey, the divine journey, which anyhow will lead to salvation. How can we make this journey joyful, happy, and effortless? That's the game. The basic principle is if you're born, evolution is going to make you reach your dreams if you know it or you don't know it. But the joy and happiness exist when you do it consciously, when you are in the driving seat, and when you are the one who's experiencing it. If you don't follow your dreams, don't be under the assumption that your dreams can just relax and you have an option of not making them true. It's not at all like that. Your dreams are really your task to do list. There is no choice. Your dreams are instructions sent by the universe. This is what you have to do. If you start imagining this universe as a big organization or a company, we are nothing but one piece of a big blueprint. If we stop functioning, it's not that, oh, it's only my life. I'm sorry. When we stop functioning, we affect a lot of things around us. It doesn't work like that. So we can choose to follow our dream enthusiastically with a learning attitude, with a positive mindset, or life will drag you through it. And I'm very serious. Take very notice of what I'm saying. As I said, it could be very well a turning point for few of us because we have never heard of such a point of view. It's possible we have consumed and digested thoughts within our brain, which is toxic. It's possible. But the beautiful part is the brain and the body system has an amazing filtration system, has an amazing intestine system, and has an amazing excretion system. You are able to identify and remove things you don't like. That also is available, but it needs to be exercised. If you fall sick, you have more water, you have hot water, you have less food naturally. You know that. It's a physical thing, and doctors have taught us this. So just the same principles, when you come across something toxic in your mind, you can start meditating, you can silence your mind, you can start journaling, and you can remove them very gently, very sensibly, and very sensitively. You need to be very sensitive with your mind. It is so sensitive, it reacts to even gestures. Not only the words we have heard, the gestures also our mind keeps listening to. If you come home, if you come to your college, your friends, and you say that I have won in the competition, and rather than celebration, if they give you another type of gesture which does not encourage you, it will discourage you from coming first rank ever in your life. I have worked with people, it works like that. It does not apply to every one of us here, but whomever it does apply for, I want to reach out to you today. And this session is really very important, which will allow you to go deep within and perform this eradication easily and explain to you how this mind works. Because the mind does not understand positive or negative till the time it has digested the food. You see, when someone is saying something, it's not already negative. It becomes negative when you digest it. You can choose to stop hearing things when it does not apply to you. That's the best way. That's what the Buddha has taught us, that we can refrain from things that don't apply to us at all. And that's how you remain neutral. That's the point. And I want to break this myth once and for all. The point of thoughtlessness is really the point of non-reaction. It is not possible for human being to be thoughtless. Take it very clearly. What that thoughtlessness prescribes is to not have reactive thoughts, to not react to anything and everything outside us, because the whole reality is inner reality. That is the connection, and that is the point where we want to move, where we can consciously take information just like food, what we love and enjoy, and we can avoid some of the food like saturated sugar and just avoid it. It's not doing anything great for us anymore. Thank you so much. So this practice, this consciousness, this approach can help you go along your process easily and effortlessly. Many times we feel that I'm putting in so much work, so much effort. What is stopping me? What is that block? What is that restriction? I don't identify this. Why is universe unfair or not looking at this? Lord looking at me. It's nothing of that sort. It's nothing like that. You can relieve yourself. No one is picking on you. Universe is only backing you. Your life is only backing you. Sometimes by mistake, you have just put a block. You remove the block and then you let the sunlight come into the life. All right. So with this, we begin our meditation for today, where we will go very sensitively, very sensibly to deep parts of our mind and consciousness and see what clothes don't fit us anymore. And maybe we can discard them. So let's get ready to start our meditation. Please find a quiet place as we begin our meditation.